Hi, myself Mrunali, and I have joined the prepping classes, and that really helped me to achieve my target score.
Hello and welcome to the Success Story series. Today I have with me Mrunali. Over to you, Mrunali. Please introduce yourself. All right. Could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yeah, hi, I'm Mrunali, and currently I'm on work permit in Canada. And just to improve my CRS score, definitely I'm aiming for the PR. I was planning to take the Ielts, and my target was the 88878, so I can get the good score.
All right. Okay. So, what were your scores like?
Overall was the 7.5, and the in listening I got 9 bands. In reading I got 7, and speaking I got 7.5, and in writing I got 7.
All right. That's a great score. So, it was a perfect 9 in listening. So, we'll start with the strategies that you applied to prepare for listening. So, please go ahead with that.
Yeah. For listening, this is the very first time I got the 9 out of 9 bands, and I just used to watch the videos like even like 1 year or 2 years ago. The whatever videos were posted by the prepping classes, like yeah, I used to follow that, and I didn't practice a lot. Like almost I would have done like 5 to 6 listening papers, and mostly I preferred to do from the Cambridge Book of IELTS. Yeah, and whatever the instructions was given to me in the classes, like what the like tip to follow, I usually I follow them, and I notice like what kind of mistakes I am making each and every time to improve my score. So if I'm making mistakes in like suppose in section 3, so I will more focus on the section 3, not on the section 1. So yeah, following on the mistakes, I used to practice that thing a more.
Okay, so basically focusing on your weak areas and working on
Yeah,
those questions more than the other questions. So there's no point of wasting time on questions that you're already confident with or
already, yeah.
are strong in. So that's a perfect way to go ahead with listening. What about reading? So you scored a 7 in reading, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, reading was like, I think for me, reading is the tough part to do it, because it's like I used to think a lot while I'm taking the answer, and basically the true, false, and not given was my weakest thing I can do. Then I watched some like these sessions and like the classes, and also I watched some Harisar's video, and he really gave me like he mentioned in the video that okay, if you are doing true, false, not given, you are making mistake. So focus on that section particularly until you make everything right. Solve like 5 papers like on the true, false, not given. Don't solve the whole paper. So if you are getting full answer like correct, then only go to other section and then try to solve the whole paper at a time. So I think this helped me a lot. And usually I used to do the second guessing even after solving the paper. So what I did in the exam, in IELTS exam, like I still had the 12 minutes left with me, so I
wow.
finished my paper before. But still, like keeping in mind, okay, my second guessing is always wrong. If I'm overthinking about the answer, I might get the wrong. So I just thought not to do anything, not to recheck my paper or answer. I just closed it and sit at that time. It was that
Okay.
situation.
I'm not going to propagate that strategy right now simply because it might not work for everyone.
Yeah,
But if you
and
have such
basically just yeah, go for the synonyms. Like the it's just a gamble of words. Like the synonyms, that should be the same meaning. They just manipulate the words. So focus on that. Yeah, in reading is also then become very easy.
Yes, yes. So they'll be paraphrasing the questions or they'll be paraphrasing the passage when it comes to the question. So it's vice versa. So just look out for that.
Yeah,
And if you have enough time towards the end, of course, go through the answers that you have written, check the spellings. So if you have extra time, definitely
spellings are
check. Yeah,
yes. Yeah.
definitely check the spellings. And the second thing that I want you guys to check is the order of the answers. So this happened with me when I was taking my IELTS test. I ended up writing the answer to question number 3 against question number 2. And for 4, I wrote it against the blank given for 3. So I missed one answer in between. And thankfully, by the time I reached the sixth question, I could make out that I had missed something. I erased all of those questions and then I rewrote them. So what happens is, if you miss one answer and you write the answers corresponding to the wrong blank or the wrong question number, then all your answers, even if they are correct, they will end up being incorrect because you have written them against the wrong blank. So please be careful about the order as well, because if I can make such a silly mistake, I'm pretty sure anybody can do it. So there you have to be really attentive and mindful. So these are the two things that you should definitely be doing if you have extra time left towards the end of the reading test. In fact, even in case of your listening test, you should be doing it. And then, of course, if you are not sure about certain question, you can also guess, but the guess should be a very calculated guess. So keep these things in mind. And if you are an overthinker like Mrunali, then I would say that just close it and keep it aside
Yeah.
and stay stress free. But please do these two things definitely. One is to check the order, the other one is to check the spelling. Okay, wonderful. Coming to writing.
Writing, yeah, definitely. Like scoring, I think 6.5 is really easy, but scoring 7, definitely you have to work on it. Yeah. So like this IELTS was my second attempt, and in first attempt I got just 6.5. So like that was a writing workshop was conducted by you, ma'am, and that really attracted me. And even in just workshop I got many tips. So like I followed the pastel technique you gave me, and I really like the PE technique, like just make a point, explain it, and give an example. So I followed that, and also like making the how to make the complex sentences, and like how much conjunctives we have to use, like it shouldn't be in excess, or like how much like it should be in moderate proportion, like the
Only
connective
where it's
connectors.
necessary. Yeah, only
Yeah.
where it's
And
needed.
yeah, and also it's not like any rocket science that you have to use the high level of English vocabularies in it. Even with, I think, normal vocabularies, just try to use more kind of synonyms, don't repeat the sentences. And yeah, following the techniques like how to make the sentences, and yeah, that's helped me to score 7 bands.
So Mrunali has more or less summed up everything that I convey in a webinar or during my classes. And yeah, definitely it's not about vocabulary. I mean, it's about vocabulary, but it's not about complicated, complex vocabulary. It's about variety of words that you use. It's not about using difficult words. So I keep saying this over and over again. So keep this thing in your mind. And apart from that, whatever she has mentioned, try to implement it while you're practicing your writing tests. Perfect. Moving on to the last bit. What about speaking? So you've scored a 7.5 in speaking. How did you prepare for it?
Yeah. For speaking, yeah, I followed the Makar cue cards, but I have also attended one of the speaking workshops was conducted by Harit sir. So I did see that we don't have to focus on the accent, because like there is some people in a dilemma, like whether they have the accent, like their English should be good, they must incorporate like some kind of vocabulary to get the good scores. But I don't think so. Even with the basic language English, like you have, if you have the fluency, yeah, you don't have to worry about the what kind of content you are saying, like okay, if this is the appropriate answer or not. Just say it whatever you feel like to say, but like yeah, should be related. It's not like it's totally opposite to it, but be confident. Even if you don't know the answer, just speak something up. Yeah, don't completely bluff, but yeah, speak it up. And I think the main thing is the fluency, and yeah, paraphrasing, and like using a number of vocabularies, like number of synonyms in. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, again, well said. So, very first thing that you mentioned is about the accent. So, nowhere in the parameters. So, there are 4 parameters on which the examiner is going to assess your speaking as well as writing. So, I'll be focusing on the speaking part right now. So, it's fluency, your pronunciation, lexical resource, and grammatical range and accuracy. Nowhere in these 4 parameters or factors are they talking about accent. So, forget the accent bit. Accent is not going to help you increase your score, or it's not going to impact your score if you don't have a good accent. Number one. Number two is that you do not have to answer in a very brilliant manner in terms of the content. Okay, content is needed, of course it should be related or relevant to whatever the question has been put to you, but they're not checking your intellect, they're checking your English speaking skills. So even if you do not find yourself in a position to come up with good content for a particular question because you're not very comfortable with that question, still it's a good thing to say something or the other. Do not stay quiet there, because if you do not speak anything, the examiner will not be in a position to give you any grade or score you on the four factors. So simply say whatever comes to your mind, which is very closely related to the question that has been put to you. So do not stay silent, always come up with something or the other. Show them what they're looking for, they want to listen to you, so for that you'll have to speak, so please speak up. All right, perfectly fine. Anything else that you want to add, or anything else that you want to tell the future aspirants? Any advice?
Um, I would say like keep practicing whatever they are teaching us in the classes. Yeah, make a point of that, and even like watching the other videos. Doesn't matter like how old are the videos for like listening, writing, speaking, all kind of modules. You always can, I
On
mean, listen, watch the videos, and you can learn something. You can always come up with the new tips, like the tricks you guys are giving us, and it's really amazing. And I think just practicing one module each every day, just solving one paper. And I just took 20 days. It was just 20 days I prepared myself for IELTS, and I appeared for it. So it's not like you need a much time on it. Just doing one module each every day will also give you the good score.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you managed to score 7.5 in just 20 days. So that's great. I hope everyone who's hearing us right now is going to gain a lot of knowledge and understand how to prepare and how to strategize for the IELTS test. So thank you so much for all of your insights. And thank you so much for your precious time. All the very best for your future. And I hope you get your PR really, really soon.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.